thank you for coming back and joining me. I'm sorry it's just taking me a little time. I know that you're probably the same way. When you've created something, you start wanting to show all the details to everybody. So I realize that I'm taking too much time on this, but we're finishing up over here. It's a waterfall. I've seen them used on cards. But I think that they make a great element in a mini album because you really can load up on both journaling spots and places to put a picture. So that's just kind of fun. So this page over here, again, I used the Heritage Cricut cartridge, and this tree, there's several trees on that cartridge, and I just think they're so pretty, and I thought it would be nice to use as a little background for the family tree section. I thought she might have a family tree and a file or a picture. She might. I thought that she may and her family may have put together a family tree, and this would be a good place to slip it into a pocket. This actually is a vellum envelope that I just cut the corner on and attached it down here. And here are the tags, and I've got to tell you, these are some of my favorite things. These little cameo elements were again created with the Heritage Cricut cartridge, and you can cut them just by themselves as the silhouette, or there were these charms. So I made them into charms, and she could do some journaling maybe about her grandmother and grandfather. And then this is another tag that I used the distress resist technique on, and then aged with distress ink and put some journaling space on the back. And then this tag, this was one of those that I just had fun playing with, and really I just used different colors of glimmer mist and on some white paper, and I just held it and let it run, and then would dry it off really good so that it kind of gave this watercolor effect. And then I used that little corrugated thing that you run your paper through, and it makes corrugated paper out of it, just to give it a little textural interest. And then another little journaling spot on the back. And this particular little page right here, I just did a pocket and took a chipboard, the word live, it was all cut out of chipboard, and added some paint and some UT on top of it. And then just created these little tags that she could do some journaling, slip a picture on, whatever she would like. Again, just using some old vintage imagery. This is a Tim Holtz stamp that I actually distress emboss so that it kind of brushes away. I love that embossing powder. So those will go in there. And then this page, I actually saw this fold out on Peekaboo. 99, I think is her. I'll put it up on the screen. But it, again, I just love how the folded element, it becomes small and compact, but then you can fold it out and have lots of extra space for some journaling, put maybe a major picture in here. This, I used some Coordinations cardstock and ran it through the Cuttlebug, and you can see I love where the Cuttlebug has embossed. You can then take your sandpaper and really just kind of go at it and distress it, and it gives you that different color in there. And this is Velma's technique of putting UT on a Prima flower. I love that it just gets so glossy and looks like glass, actually. Then I have just a little tag back here for some additional journaling, and one of those face cream images that I have. I kind of distressed it and put it up there. Okay, so here's the final page in this one. And Karen and I both just are huge fans of Tim Holtz, and so we had talked about loving the distressed look, and so I thought I would give her one page that was just super distressed. This is an old Jenny Bolin chipboard shape that I covered with some Coordinations cardstock that I had run through my Cuttlebug, and then I put a piece of acetate behind it and created a couple of little tags. Again, there's that tree that you can cut out with your Cricut cartridge, and I put that on here and added some stickles for the leaves and these little dewdrops. And there's a place for some journaling on the back. Another little photo mat that she can do, and then they just slip right in here. But this was kind of a unique way to use that chipboard shape. Anyway, this is the main part of her book, and I will be sending this off to her. I'm going to do another video with the little addition that I had. You can see that because I was using the old book, it really it was limited to what I could put in here, and I created this other element that I really wanted her to have, and it just wasn't going to fit in here. So I created it in, I put it in this little book, and when I come back I will show you how I made this. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you all have a great creative week, and as my friend Yoli Bean says, be inspired.